This is the process shot. I'm Michael, I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen Kajillionaire, a comedy drama from 2020 directed by Miranda July. It follows the Dine family, mostly old Dolio, an emotionally stunted woman raised and groomed by her parents to assist them in petty theft as a means of getting by in life on meager budgets. When they're finally forced to pay for back rent, old Dolio concocts an insurance scam involving a one-day flight to and from New York. On the plane ride home, however, her parents end up becoming friendly with their seat neighbor, a young woman named Melanie, who ends up joining in on the scams, much to old Dolio's dismay. Over time, though, Melanie ends up helping old Dolio as they both come to find just how much her parents actually care for them. Not so much as teachers or caretakers, especially in old Dolio's case, but as genuine parents. The movie is very much an absurdist film from the start, perhaps a bit more quirky than surreal, but definitely something outside of what would be considered a normal crime comedy. It manages to cross an unrealistic and exaggerated world made for these characters, with much more true-to-life humanistic elements and traits, eventually leaving the former in the background as it moves into character drama. It's a relatively gradual shift, but with the normalization that these stranger elements are given within the story, it's not difficult at all to let them slide and let yourself grow attached to the Dine family and their issues. It's not long before it's made clear that underneath the initial weirdness is a story about family dysfunction, personal connection and intimacy, and most of all, old Dolio's emotional growth. It's a shift we get to see from the start, becoming more explicit and brought to the forefront when Melanie is taken in as a surrogate daughter in place of old Dolio. Soon enough, it becomes their story, and a stronger film as well, moving beyond criminal antics into a study of what it means to grow up as one, and what more there is to living a fulfilling life than being able to pay your bills on time or knowing how to pull off a heist. With most of this attention on the character relationships and the ongoing drama or other events of the world, the construction of the film keeps things on a naturalistic level, with not too much that sticks out or says anything on its own. Cinematography, for example, generally serves more as a visualization of internal thoughts or emotions, though this tends to come and go only during more extreme moments. Otherwise, it's generally practical, with a few sight gags along the way, but otherwise staying pretty flat and focused on the world itself. The editing of the movie is also used the same, serving the story and how events progress, than the film in itself, though on that front things are paced out pretty well, with slow moments but never feeling like action is stalling out. Probably the most prevalent technical element that plays into the visual storytelling is how the film is lit. Not so much lighting itself, but the actual brightness of the image, which begins a bit muted but opens up further in conjunction with old Dolio's own awakening, though saying that much might be a bit of a spoiler. Everything that we see does generally come from her perspective, only looking away once or twice, but otherwise following her growth and her changing ideas of family and connection. Most of all, it seems to me like a more universal story of the ability for a person to find some change or development in their lives, no matter their age or routine or other circumstances. All they need is to find or be shown whatever it is that they're missing, or something like that. Kajillionaire, Miranda July, 2020. 4.5 stars. I'd say that it's definitely worth giving a watch. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have something to add, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I don't know why, but something about this movie hits home for me. Probably the part about newborn babies crawling towards their mothers. Crawling can be cathartic sometimes.